If you don't like a smelly house, and who does, then you're gonna wanna watch this episode because I've got 10 ideas for you to get your home smelling simply divine. So let's get started with our first hack, which is a simmering potpourri. And for that, we're gonna head into the kitchen where I'm gonna share with you maybe Williams-Sonoma's simmer sauce. So this is supposedly the Williams-Sonoma simmer recipe that they have in their store. I haven't been in for a while, but I remember it smelling really good. So we're gonna do this, and we are gonna just take a pot, and you're gonna want to put in 1 cut up lemon. And then we're gonna take a couple of sprigs of rosemary. We don't wanna go crazy with the rosemary. And then some cinnamon sticks. Then we're gonna do a teaspoon of vanilla. And finally, 3 cups of water. Now, I don't know if this smells exactly like Williams-Sonoma, but whatever it is, it smells magnificent. It's amazing. I cannot wait for you to try this simmering potpourri because my house smells flippin' amazing right now. And I cannot wait for your house to smell that way too. Several years ago, I went out of town and I stayed with my good friend Molly. All night long, I was like, oh my word, why do these sheets smell so amazing? I was dying over it. I kept burying my face in her pillow because I was like, these smell so good. It made such an impression on me that first thing when I woke up in the morning, why does your pillows smell so good? And she had a secret weapon, and that was Dolly photobombing in the background. Dolly wants to photobomb. Say hi, Dolly. She's like, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Not that, but dryer sheets. She told me that she would take dryer sheets of her favorite scent and put them inside the pillowcase. Now, they're nice and soft, so you don't really notice them. So it really makes your bedding and all that smells super good. I like this one, the lavender and vanilla bean, because it really is relaxing, especially at night. And so I will stick those in my pillows and make them smell so good. So even when it's getting close to laundry day, you will have a fresh and yummy smelling pillow, and that will help you sleep better. So you're welcome. So a couple of home hack episodes ago, I shared with you about sprinkling essential oils onto your air filters and getting it kind of in the mood for the holiday season. We used holiday essential oils. Now you could totally switch that up and use different scents. It does work really well, but it doesn't last like a super long time. It's kind of like a little boost if you're having like a get together or party, or if you've got something kind of smelly going on in your house. And so I wanted to come up with kind of like a little bit longer term solution, if you will. They do sell these air fresheners that you can attach to your filter, but they're kind of expensive and they're very limited on scent. So if you like basically have like the option of vanilla or like cinnamon, and those are good, but sometimes the vanilla ones are a little bit funny smelling. And I thought, and I tested this out, that we could do something similar with inexpensive air filters for your car. You can go get these, you recognize them. I actually really like the Yankee ones, but I couldn't find them for this episode. But we're gonna take a couple of these and kind of tuck them on the outskirts of your air filter. Now this is a really good opportunity to change out your air filter, which you should do regularly, at least every 2 to 3 months. And so it's time for me to get a new air filter. So we're gonna change that out. Tuck in, you know, depending on how strong you want it to be, 2 or 3 of these, not in the center, kind of on the outskirts. And you want to make sure it's on the outside of the air filter, not the inside, because the last thing you want to have happen is for this to get like sucked up into your HVAC, to be like lost in your vent somewhere. And that should last you a little bit longer than the essential oils. I hope you enjoy that hack. So my next hack for you is an easy one. It really works good and your belly will thank you. We're gonna bake something that smells amazing. So you've seen me bake bread, do cupcakes, and also cookies on this channel, even a pie or two here or there. This time I wanted to shake things up and do some candied walnuts because I wanted to tell you about my good friend Clayton Handy's Handy Farms. They're organic red walnuts. They're amazing. He's not sponsoring me. I just wanted to help him out in his new venture and they're really good. I'll put his information as well as the recipe that we're about to make in the description box below. So if you want to check out his amazing organic red walnuts and how to make it, it's all going to be there. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is we are going to line a baking sheet with a silicone mat, or you can also use some wax paper, parchment paper, or something to that effect, and get that ready to go before we start. The next thing we're going to do is turn on our stove to medium heat and get that warming up. Then we are going to take our red walnuts, and how beautiful are these? Seriously, I've never seen anything like that. It's definitely something I'm going to want to eat. I think it would be really pretty at Valentine's coming up and at Christmas time, so really fun. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just pour 4 cups of these walnuts into our pan, and we are going to let those warm up and toast for 2 to 3 minutes. While that's toasting, we're gonna get 1/2 cup of local honey, or any honey, but they say it's extremely healthy to use local honey for you, especially if you have allergies, which we do in our household. This has been roasting for about 2 to 3 minutes on medium. And then what it says to do is add your honey, which we used every last drop of our honey, and kind of get that all over and stir that in. And then it says to do 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really love cinnamon, so I'm gonna use as much as I want. So just keep that in mind, and I'm gonna sprinkle that on. I'm gonna be just as generous as I want to be. And then we are just gonna toast this for about 5 minutes and make sure everything is stirred in and evenly coated. Oh, and it already is smelling so amazing in my house. Oh my goodness. Have you ever been in the mall and you smell those cinnamon toasted nuts? Yeah, that's what our house is smelling like right now. And look how pretty they are. Okay, so these are almost done. So I recently started doing intermittent fasting, and so I've been fasting for a little bit, and these smell so good. I might have to break my fast on these, I don't know. So we're about done with these. We're gonna pull them off, and then we're gonna pour them onto our mat that we prepared before. And then you're gonna let it cool for 2 hours. And that's gonna be torture the next 2 hours, smelling that amazing fragrance in our home. So not only does our house smell absolutely amazing with this really pungent, really nutty cinnamon honey smell, but we get a healthy and yummy treat out of it afterwards. So, oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna do a little taste test. It smells so good. Let's see how they taste. Super yummy, so good. Check it out. So for my next hack, I kind of learned about this one the hard way. We had some tenants who had some extracurricular activities in our property that left it smelling no bueno. Yeah, they might have been smoking a little something something. So I'm like, oh no, what are we gonna do? I of course had the carpets cleaned, but even after the carpets were cleaned, it still smelled awful. And so what I found out from the home improvement store, and they've really improved this since I used it, was using charcoal bags around your home can really suck bad odors out. When I got it, it was not in a cute little bag sewn with a little place to hang a hook. It was like an ugly charcoal bag. And this is different than the briquette charcoal that you would use to barbecue with. So this is specifically designed to kind of suck odors out. And you can just put these around your home. You can put them in like your kids' sports bags. You can put it in the fridge. You can put it in your car. You can put it near your trash. You can just put it anywhere that you need like that really wretched smell out of your house. And a lot of it will absorb moisture, remove the odors. It's awesome. Now, you're like, how long is that gonna last me? So on this bag, it says that as long as you put it out in full sunlight for 2 hours once a month, that it will last you up to 2 years. So that's a really good deal. I wonder if they make some smaller ones to put in like my son's stinky shoes. I don't know, but I think it's something to look into. Well, if you're enjoying this content, I would love it if you stuck around a while by hitting that subscribe button. I found that like 75% of the people who watch this channel have not subscribed yet. So if that's you, hit that subscribe button. And if you are enjoying this content so far and have a really good hack, either a home hack or one that will help your house smell simply amazing, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about it, and maybe it will be featured on an upcoming episode. So when it comes to deodorizing your home and making it smell simply amazing, there's probably 101, maybe even 1,001 uses for baking soda. I had a great hack in my last home hack episode using baking soda. For this one, we are gonna simply just combine some baking soda with your favorite essential oil. You're gonna really mix that in good, just a few drops, and then you're gonna sprinkle this on your rugs and your carpets to get any of the odors. Now, prior to saying this, it's always good to regularly clean your carpet. That's really what's gonna make them feel nice and fresh, but we can't clean our carpet all the time. So in between those times, then you're gonna sprinkle down this solution onto your carpet, let it sit 15 to 20 minutes, and then go back in and vacuum it out. Now, while you're doing that, you may want to get your pet out of the way so they don't do anything that they shouldn't do. But this will help with pet odors, dirt, soil, all of that, and it will leave your space smelling really good. So I've seen a lot of home hacks using these kind of fabric softener beads. I love this scent. There's a common theme. You saw the dryer sheets in the same scent. This one's really pretty, really relaxing. I really like this. So one of the ones that I really like to do that is kind of subtle is you could put these beads in the bottom of a vase and then put like florals in it. And you don't necessarily need to see them. For example, we could just pour some of them inside of this floral arrangement right here, and you don't see them, but you can sure smell them. And it might smell so good that you might have people going, is that actually a real arrangement? And you can be like, well, yes, it is. Just kidding. You can just sprinkle these around in your bathroom in little different arrangements where they're seen or unseen, because you can mix some of these together. They look really pretty. You could put them in a jar, take the lid off. They smell amazing. And then, of course, use them in your laundry because they smell amazing. So anyway, pick out your favorite scent that works for you and run with it, because they are awesome. And they have a new line now that smells really good that are all white. You know, maybe purple doesn't fit in your decor, but white could fit in a lot of decor. So maybe check that one out. Now I'm gonna hit you with a really obvious one, and that is just simply room sprays and candles. The reason why I'm including this, because I know it's kind of like more of an obvious one, is because I kind of wanted to share with you some of my favorite scents. Now, typically speaking, I really love candles. Anything that smells like food is a win for me. But right now I'm really loving this Radiant Sea Salt candle. I burn it a lot. It smells amazing. Got it at Home Goods. I'll see if I can find it online somewhere. I don't know. But it reminds me of Flight of Passage at Disney, which is my favorite Disney ride, and the smell of it is like a really fresh sea salt. It's like they've captured the ocean in a jar. It's amazing. Maybe made it a little bit sweeter. So that is a candle that I'm really digging right now. Anything that just reminds me of that magical experience at Disney. And then the room spray that I was totally surprised about is this Myers Clean Day Peony scent. Now, I'm not usually like one for like a florally scent to spray in the air, but there is something really amazing about this room spray. I'd heard a little bit of buzz about it on social media, and I'm like, I have to try that out. And I'm telling you, It smells like a really high-end perfume or something. It's relaxing and just really nice and smells really beautiful. So I highly recommend this as a room spray. I actually even spray on my linens sometimes and use it as a linen spray. This is amazing, super good. I highly recommend it. So those are my favorites right now, and I hope you enjoy them too. Another way to make your home smell simply amazing is by the cleaning products that you decide to use. Now, I really love this Method glass cleaner. I've used it for years. It's peppermint based, it smells so good, and it works just as good as Windex and smells about 1,000,000 times better in my opinion. So I also really love some of the Fabuloso lines. Those are pretty inexpensive and you can pick a lot of those up at Dollar Tree. And then another one that I really like is the Orange Energy Scented Pine Sol. Smells good, smells fresh, smells clean, and will leave you with a very yummy smelling house at the end of it. So just look at your cleaners that you're using. Maybe instead of Windex, which I think doesn't smell good, maybe you think it smells good, but I think peppermint smells a whole lot better. Maybe try that and see if that helps. Okay, now if you want to get some of those bathroom odors out, another easy fix for you is just sprinkling a couple of drops of your favorite essential oil, like this one's grapefruit, inside your teepee on the little cardboard area there, and every time it rolls it will send a little whiff of some essential oil into the air, and that will last as long as your roll of toilet paper does. Not awkward to talk about at all. Anyway, so that's just a really quick and easy hack to make your bathroom smell a little bit better. Now, if you have a home hack that you want to share with me, make sure you comment with it below. I read them all the time and I would love to include yours in an upcoming episode. If you enjoyed this episode, here's another one that I think you'll like as well. And if you haven't done so already, consider hitting that subscribe button right there. It's super easy to do, and I would love it if you joined the DIY Niner family. And to all of my DIY Niners, I just want to remind you once again that you are more powerful than you know. We'll see you next time. Bye.